microphone. All yours, go! First of all, thank you for... Oh, you don't do well? Yeah. Do you feel welcome now? Okay. First of all, thanks for coming to my Legends Ball with Katie. Was that the best? Fun? Was that? Yes! Yes! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was great.
Shane was a generation younger than me. A guy from my neighborhood who I wouldn't have gotten to know except that he was something of a local superstar in high school. And then he went on to an Ivy League college and became something of an internet superstar through his writing and political activities. He was tall and good-looking, the type of guy, the type of good-looking that's generated by his personality, confidence, big smile. Whatever exactly he was, Shane owned it. We talked online every once in a while, sometimes about politics, sometimes about his travels, occasionally about some of the outrageous sexual statements he made publicly on social media. I was fascinated by him, because he was such a model of the unashamed freedom of his generation. I'd had a few experiences with guys, mostly involving masturbation or oral sex, but I found it difficult to admit that even to my gay friends. Shane was so open about his sexual experiences, and listening to his stories was liberating for me. And not just in a vicarious way, because after a while he invited me to go along with him on one of his adventures. In one of our private conversations online, he confided that he had a guy who would anonymously fuck anytime he wanted. Basically, he would just text the guy, and the guy would leave his apartment door unlocked. Shane would come inside, find the guy ass up in bed with a mask over his face, and Shane would do his business and go. He asked if I wanted to see it happen. Shane was in Boston and I was in Florida, so he narrated the whole thing with a series of texted photographs. The brownstone is seen from the street, an interior hallway, a door slightly ajar, a bare ass in the air, his own hard and surprisingly large cock plunging into a willing hole. Then there was a short video of the fucking as it happened, and a close-up of Shane's face as he came, and semen leaking from the used ass. Then photos of the door closed, firmly. The hallway as he departed, the street. He went out for ice cream afterwards and we laughed about it. I thought about him as I masturbated to his text messages that night. And the whole next day I told him how impressed I was by the whole thing and how cool it was that he could do that anytime he wanted to. He liked that I had been jacking off thinking about his encounter and asked to see my cock. I sent him some photos, the first time I'd ever shown them to another guy over a cell phone. I told him I wished I had been there in person for his anonymous fuck. And he said I probably could someday. I admitted it was probably too intense for me, and he said he had another suggestion. Shane had another guy that he visited when he felt like it, an anonymous guy in a beautiful Manhattan apartment with a glory hole built into the bedroom doorway. Shane would text him, head over there, let himself in, get serviced, and then leave. He invited me to join him on his next trip, on my next trip north, and so I took him up on the offer. Up until now, Shane and I had only ever been together at social events, plays, and stuff like that. We'd never even hugged, much less pulled our cocks out to shove them into a glory hole together. We were both in great spirits when we met up in Boston. I hugged him and we talked non-stop on the way to the Cambridge apartment where the glory hole was located. Whoever this cocksucker was, he must be loaded. It was a beautiful place. Once we were inside the beautifully furnished apartment, Shane closed and locked the door behind us. Across the living room was a bedroom door, which had been sealed off with a solid, smooth sheet of plywood painted to match the door frame and featuring a generously proportioned hole at just the perfect level for a comfortable blowjob. "You ready?" Shane asked. I grinned as he undressed. I didn't realize he would get completely naked for a blowjob, but Shane was surprisingly quick at taking everything off and showing his thickened dick through the hole. As he looked back over his shoulder at me, his changed facial expression told me he was already being serviced. "I want to see your cock in person," he said, reaching out toward the front of my jeans. I stepped forward, let Shane unbuckle my belt and undo the front of my jeans. I was rock solid already. And as he wrapped his hand around me, I felt a surge of desire for him that I hadn't really expected. I quickly removed my shirt, slid my pants down as he stroked me. I was soon naked just like Shane. "I've never used a glory hole," I admitted. He was pressed up to the wall as close as he could be, and his ass was flexing as he seemed to try to get even further inside that hidden mouth. I was dripping in his hand. Shane used his grip on my penis to move me behind him. My cock fitting beautifully against his crack, my hands finding their place in his bare hips, my face, my side. Again, I felt an unexpected emotion, something like a brotherly bond, I guess. We were definitely in this together. I'm gonna let you give it a try in a minute, Shane said, but for now, just ride this with me. Let's fuck his mouth together. My pre-cum was coating his ass by now, and as I pushed against Shane, my dick was moving freely between his muscles, moving my hips. I was pressing Shane harder against the wall, and I could hear the sound of being sucked out there. We fell into a rhythm together. And I rested the side of my face on his back, my arms circling him now. Shane's breathing deepened. It experienced this connection once with my yoga instructor, and it was perfection. I don't know how long we went on that way, but after a while he pulled out from the glory hole. I had a brief glimpse of a mouth down there. But not enough to guess the age, race, or even the gender of Shane's connection. Shane gripped my cock in his hand again, stared into my eyes, and guided me to the hole. He kept control of my penis till it was engulfed by the waiting mouth, and our positions were reversed. Shane was behind me, dictating my movements. He was very good at what he did, doing my whole body with just the pressure of his cock against my ass. He moved like he was fucking me, and that energy transferred into the mouth of the glory hole. Then suddenly I felt Shane's chest against my back, and he used his hand to press my face against the wall. I was pinned there, flat against the glory hole. Shane held me very still as the person on the other side of the wall began frantically sucking my cock. What if I told you it's a celebrity back there? Shane said in my ear. It's someone everybody knows. I felt my dick flexing and my ass cheeks tightening from Shane's persistent cock. What if I told you it's not a famous person, it's someone you know very well? Extremely well. I let out a moan, and his hand released my face from the wall, and we were kissing. I had no idea who was going down on me just then, but I was very conscious of the fact that Shane's tongue was in my mouth. Our arms tangling around each other. If Shane had any other adventures for me to join him on, I wouldn't say no. He released me then, stepped back, and let me enjoy the glory hole on my own. I fucked him out through the hole. I withheld my cock so the cocksucker's tongue shot out hungrily to find it. I slapped his tongue with my dick before giving it back. I realized Shane was taking pictures on his phone as I did this. Are you going to show those to anyone, I asked? Yes, he said. I fucked the glory hole even harder. Shane stood behind me, with the head of his cock against my hole, and took a picture of what it might look like if he fucked me. Then he reached between me and the wall, took my cock away from that hungry mouth, and turned me to face me. He arranged our erections side by side, took a picture of that too. Let me show you something else, he said, brushing me aside mid-room. He took both my hands in his. I had no idea where this was going, but trust me, I was following. You know how pistons work, he asked? Before I could answer, he pressed his ass in the hole in the wall and bent forward towards me. I realized a very large cock was engaging with Shane's asshole. He was using his grip of my hands to position me so my dick slid into his mouth. He let go of my hands, and me and the man behind the wall began to fuck Shane from both directions like a machine. I had not expected Shane to take my cock in his mouth, but now that it was happening, I knew that I'd be sucking him too. I had to. I told him this. He let my cock step from his mouth and straightened up and talked to me, face to face. Even though his ass was still being pounded into the hole. You want to suck my cock? Really? Very much, I said. He smiled at me and also moaned a bit as that huge dick worked its way inside him. Then you're going to, he said, but I want you to have your hole against the wall as you do it. I want you to see what it's like. I don't want to get fucked, I told him. Hey. Yeah, the cocksucker works for us, Shane said. He'll only do what I tell him to do. With that, Shane stepped forward, disengaging from the wall. For a moment there was a very large, good-looking cock there, but it disappeared quickly. Just lean back against the hole, and you'll feel what he can do with his tongue. Shane took both my hands and moved me into place. Almost immediately, I felt a muscular tongue form my ass, and it quickly slid inside me. I hadn't told Shane this, I'd never been rimmed before. I think he could tell my facial expressions, though. Shane was rubbing my shoulders and watching my facial reactions as I was being eaten. We both started grinning at each other again, then he slowly pushed me down onto his cock. When Shane entered my mouth for the first time, he moved slowly, but took his cock the whole way in until my lips were on the base of his cock, my face was buried in his crotch. Moved out again, another slow, steady move, and I found myself loving his penis. I no longer needed a glory hole, I just let Shane's beautiful dick entering me. He was talking to me while he did this, while the cocksucker ate my ass, and I felt like I was floating between them. Before we leave here, he was saying, "You're gonna fuck me, Joel. You're gonna put your semen inside me. It's okay that you don't want to be fucked, but understand this. I need to give you my cum, and you need to take it. In a minute, I'm gonna shoot in your mouth, and you should swallow every drop of it. You understand? The moment you're done swallowing my cum, stand up and fuck me. Cum in my ass." As he was saying this, the expansion of his already powerful dick told me the first jet of semen was coming. He filled my mouth several times, loudly swearing as he did so. I licked him clean. He pulled away from the wall and stuck one finger in the glory hole. Almost immediately, the huge penis split into view. Shane bent over, his ass aimed at me, and he began servicing the cock with the glory hole. I'd never been inside a man before, but I knew what to do. I entered Shane smoothly. He sucked the dick in front of him according to the thrust of my cock in his ass, and we were a machine again. Soon I could tell his mouth was filling with stranger's seeds and constantly on load and Shane's soul. I stayed hard afterwards, remaining inside him as he straightened up. I wrapped my hands around him, and Shane rested his head back on my shoulder. Shane just laughed. You know, you never know.
Actually,